I'm never sure if I'm on, but if I am, there's, hey, this is my cursive handwriting here. Okay. Please buy my books. I've made no further provisions for my family's future. Now, before I was high tech enough to use slides or like a PowerPoint presentation for my lectures, because I'd go speak at like PantheaCon and different like pagan festivals and tarot conventions, things like that. Uh, I would always ask the organizers just to have one of those big pads of paper, you know, that you use sort of a felt marker. Uh, and prior to my lecture, I'd take about a half hour and write messages or draw a tree of life or visual aids, you know. And so as I was going through my talk, I would flip to the next page, and you know the front page always just had my name and the title of my talk, you know, and then the second page would be, you know, as my lecture moved on, but right as I'm talking, I would go over and flip the next one. And usually I did it without making reference. I'd just stand up and I'd be talking and I'd flip the thing over. And I would always write a big full page thing that said, please buy my books. And even though I wasn't talking about buying books or anything else, I was discussing, you know, my lecture, and everybody would laugh, okay, as I would do it. And then I would make no reference to it whatsoever. And then a little while later, I'd flip it over again and it says, I've made no further provisions for my family's future. And it would get a big laugh too. Well, at the time, I only had a few books published, uh, but anyway, I would like to say that as funny as it was, it wasn't true. But I can't say that. It was absolutely true. In 2003, I I had the opportunity to quit my job, that particular job I had for 9 years, uh, and I guess under false pretenses. Okay, I sort of accidentally got the job in the first place, and that one company was bought by a bigger company, bought by a bigger company, and after a while, nobody knew what I did, and I was writing books. Uh, while at the office. Oh, I did a few things, okay. But in 2003, I knew that that wasn't going to last for very long, and I became a full-time Lon. Now, I'd started writing around 1988, writing in my spare time. But when I finally turned full-time Lon in 2003, this was absolutely true. And we've always lived very modestly. Okay, we don't never had a new car, never owned a home, never bought anything on credit. We don't even have a credit card. We've always lived very modestly, and Constance is a genius at at, making a dollar stretch. But when I say, please buy my books, I've made no further provisions for my family's future, it's pretty much still true. Now, of course, our son has grown up and has a wonderful career of his own. So it's just Constance and me, but it's still true. Now, the reason I'm saying all of that is because today is National Authors Day, and I know that I've got quite a few of you out there. I've got 5,000 Facebook friends, and I'm on YouTube every day and things like that. So I'm going to take full advantage of National Authors Day because I've made no further provisions for my family's future, and I'm going to plug some books that maybe you don't have that I'm sure you would enjoy if only someone would draw your attention to it. But on the National Day calendar, here's what it says about National Authors Day. Books have a mind of their own. They take time to develop, research, draft, edit, revise, and rewrite. We devour stories. We indulge in them as we drift off to sleep or travel. And sometimes we allow them to collect dust on several flat surfaces in our homes. Of course, I want you to read all my books. But if you can't read them, I'd appreciate that you buy them and let them collect dust on your bookshelf. That comforts me too. Okay. These stories may take years to reach a publisher, just as long to reach the bookshelf. We may have only one favorite author or many collected works with which we cannot part. Whether we prefer fiction, nonfiction, or a mix of both, authors have been telling stories to fill our heads for 1,000 years. Authors also keep a record of history through their stories. They mark time through their observations. Their tales create remarkable memories of a place, sealing it between the pages of the binding. Their books allow us to keep coming back to visit again and again. After her grandmother's death in 1968, Sue Cole promoted the observance of National Authors Day. She urged people to write a note to their favorite author on November 1st. I love and appreciate your notes, okay? To brighten up the sometimes lonely business of being a writer. She also suggested, how to observe National Authors Day. Purchase some books. Purchase some books by your favorite author to support them. Share your favorite novels online while encouraging an aspiring author. Use National Authors Day to post on social media. I might also add a book that you particularly have read and enjoy. Write a review on Amazon or Barnes & Noble review section, and or wherever the book is sold, even if it's to give an undiluted 5-star review. It really helps. Now, I'm going to, let's see here. I've got something that I've read or that I've written, in a book that if you haven't read it and you're interested, hey, just interested in the author's thoughts on things, low magic. It's all in your head. You have just no idea how big your head is. Okay, it's published by Llewellyn. If you don't have it and you think you might get a kick out of it, buy it. Read it. It starts off. Next to silence, stories are the most divine form of communications. Stories are alive. Stories are holy. Stories are gods that create universes and the creatures and characters that populate them. Stories bring to life all the triumphs and tragedies imagination and experience can summon to the mind. Stories speak directly to our souls. Stories are magic. As I begin the 7th decade of my life, I find myself more inclined to listen to a story than to study a text or reflect on an argument. More inclined to tell a story than to presume to teach a lesson or offer advice. Perhaps it is because as we grow older, we have more stories to tell. And experience and wisdom conspire to add dimension, texture, and perspective to the lengthening register of our memories. The Zunis, okay, the Zuni American Native Americans, their holy men or holy people told us there is no truth, only stories. Okay, so if you don't have low magic, it's full of stories. So is My Life with the Spirits, one of the earliest books that I've written, published by Weiser. Okay, still is one of the most my most popular books. And if for some reason you've avoided reading My Life with the Spirits, now most of the books, especially the Weiser books, they're on audiobook, they're on Kindle, and they're on hard copy, okay, or paperback. My Life with the Spirits it's like an autobiography. So it's one anecdotal story, which is also a magical lesson, one right after another. Okay, now here's something. One of my most popular and best-selling books. And remember, when I say best-selling, it's best-selling in the occult market, which is tiny. Okay, it is tiny. And remember that an author's royalties are tiny. Okay, I've got over 22 something books in print. Okay, and the total of my royalties doesn't even pay the rent, okay? Doesn't come near paying the rent, but it helps, okay? One of my best-selling books, relatively speaking, one of the most popular in the genre, is The Chicken Cabala of Rabbi Lamed Ben Clifford. If you've been staying away from the Cabala because you think it's too intimidating or boring, the Chicken Cabala from Weiser might change your mind. But it's already selling very well year after year. But what isn't selling all that good is Son of Chicken Cabala. And for the life of me, I don't understand. It's a good book too. But just like this could be called Cabala in theory, this is Cabala in practice, with a 3-degree self-initiation program in it, still with the goofiness of Rabbi Lamed Ben Clifford, but an actual hands-on little program that you can actually do and get the Cabala installed in you. If you don't have the son of Chicken Cabala, but you got that Chicken Cabala, you've got half of the Chicken Cabala. Get yourself the son of Chicken Cabala. Another book that not everybody has because it's from a smaller publisher is The Key to Solomon's Key. Is this the lost symbol of Masonry? Not only that, half of the book is a Goetia handbook. A handbook of Goetic evocation. But this is the one I lecture on for the Freemasons. Okay? If you're a Freemason and still haven't read this, get this and order one for your lodge library. The Key to Solomon's Key. The publisher is CCCC, Consortium of Collective Consciousness. Now, another book, one of my earliest ones, and it's a collection. It's a 7-chapter thing called Angels, Demons, and Gods of the New Millennium. Now, the first edition has this wonderful chart. Let's see, that was tipped in the first edition. And unfortunately, it would be too expensive to keep doing that. So if you have this book, email me or leave me a message in the comment section, and I will mail you the PDF, the color PDF of that. Angels, Demons, and Gods in the New Millennium. It has chapters. It's got my confession concerning the AA and things like that. But it's Cabala, Zen of the West, the Emerald Tablet of Hermes, and the Invocation of the Holy Guardian Angel, the Procession of the Equinoxes and the Metamorphosis of the Gods, Passing the Pylons. It's this lucid dreaming in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Devil Be My God, a story about Hypatia of Alexandria. And Demons Are Our Friends. If that sounds cool and you haven't ordered from Wiser, Angels, Demons, and Gods of the New Millennium, please do, because another book, which is a collection of things, is my introductions to other people's books. Okay? And they are collected in another book by the fine people at Wiser, Allow Me to Introduce. Now, Insider's Guide to the Occult. If you got lots of other of my books, but you don't have this, you'll appreciate this. You'll like this, okay? It'll tickle your occult funny bone. And speaking of that, from my friends at New Falcon Publications, one of my favorite personal books. It's even got Constance's painting of the vaporous turban there of Baba Lon and his computer and coffee cup and glasses. Okay. It's a series of letters, like 30 years of people's letters to me and my letters back. It's sort of like my Magick without tears, only it's a little goofy. And it's got not only that, but it's full of my drawings and other little goofy scratches and stuff. Ask Babylon. Now, it's a smaller publisher, okay? It's been out for a long time and it's still in print. It's a smaller publisher, so at the time it was $22, so I'm not sure what it is now, but I would hate this to go out of print. So if you don't have this one, Ask Babylon, Answers to Questions of Life and Magic. Get it, because, all right. Another one of my favorite books, as you know, I carry this with me in the car, and I use it a lot from the videos that I do every morning or every Tuesday morning for Parking Lot Tuesday, the Book of Ordinary Oracles. Now, just because the good folks at Weiser packaged it in sort of a goofy, lightweight kind of whimsical cover, it's a good book, okay? It's a good book. Okay, it's an oracle book. The book itself is an oracle. It's homemade oracles, okay? And the theory behind why oracles work. And it's got the complete text of the I Ching of Milo in it, okay? And it's got the Shakespeare oracle, the Mark Twain oracle, how to use dice, how to use dominoes. You probably don't have this book. I'm just guessing. You probably don't have this book from Weiser. And I would say trust me, okay, but please don't trust me, okay? I can't stand the burden, okay? But every page has an oracle on it too, so you can bibliomancy. This one is, courage is one thing, stupidity is another. The oracle has spoken. Okay, most everybody who is interested in what I've been doing lately knows that Constance and I created this Tarot of Ceremonial Magic. And the newest book that just came out from Weiser is called the Tarot Architect, which uses the Tarot of Ceremonial Magic as an example. Okay, you can use whatever tarot deck you love, but it uses this as an example. And the original book that went with the Tarot of Ceremonial Magic is also named Tarot of Ceremonial Magic. And it truly is the book that originally goes with the cards. If you've got the cards or have ordered them or are planning to get it for your use in the Tarot Architect or other things, please do yourself a favor and look into the Tarot of Ceremonial Magic, because it's like the little white book was on steroids and the little white book was almost 300 pages long. Okay. Tarot of Ceremonial Magic. And of course, and I'm hoping I don't need to plug these two books. If you're interested in Enochian magic, you don't have Enochian vision magic, If you've got Enochian books by other authors, fine. This will also help you understand where Enochian magic came from uh, through Dee and Kelly and not just Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley. If you, if you want to know about the Holy Table and how to utilize the Enochian toys, Enochian vision magic. Also, from my good friends at Weiser. And if you're interested in the Thoth Tarot, and I'm pretty sure many of you already have this book. But if you don't, and you have even a morbid curiosity about the Thoth Tarot cards, please get this. Now, even though a lot of these books have a lot of illustrations and things like that, they are on Kindle and they are on audiobook. And the audiobooks usually have a way for you to, a link for you to download certain things. Anyway, that's it. It is November 1st, the National Authors Day, and I have seized this opportunity to shamelessly self-promote. I do it every day, but not this hard. I'm sure I've lost most of you already here for today, but I'll be back tomorrow for Sunday school. And just remember, please buy my books. I've made no further provisions for my family's future, and you can help with that. Until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.